Hello and welcome to a new vlog. We're still in Kent, the Garden of England. It's so nice around here. As I say, we're on this little fishery. It's quite a big fishery campsite. All plugged in, happy days. Inverter's working like a flipping dream. So now we're going to take you into Headcorn. So you've got Headcorn, Biddington around this area. There's vineyards around here. So you can buy local wine and cider and all this sort of stuff. I think we've been into Headcorn before, but I haven't videoed it because we've spent a bit of time around this area. As my friend Robin and Nikki and the boys have got a woodland just outside Biddington, or in Biddington. Might take you there one day if I can get hold of the guys. We'll go there and do a bit of bushcraft. But we're getting a cab from Sam's Lakes, where we are now, in Smurden. And we're going to take you into Headcorn, have a look around there so I can show you a little Kentish town. Let's show you in here. We're just waiting for the taxi to turn up now. And look, we got a new friend. Hello mate, bit boggy there, isn't it? Cool. Hello. Oh, lovely. Oh, give me kisses. Oh, licky licky. Oh, you're a good boy, yeah. There we go. We do love horse. Right, where's this taxi? I hate waiting for taxis. We're in Headcorn. There we go. Just outside St Peter and St Paul's Parish, Headcorn. There we are. They've got all these lovely Christmas trees everywhere, all supported by different, now, Headcorn cubs, beavers, and there's a load in there, look, all sponsored by different charities, etc. And that pretty. It's a beautiful church. Now, I've been here quite a few times before. As I said, my mate's woods are up the road. But it's a really nice little village feel to this place. Only one problem. Right at the end of the high street, it's a flipping charity shop. So we're going to show you around here. But it's a lovely place to come. That campsite's literally, I don't know, 5-10 minutes up the road. Taxi's a bit lumpy to here. It's £10.90. Literally, you're in the cab for flipping 5-6 minutes. So, a little bit lumpy, but there we go. It is what it is. Supporting the local businesses. So, I suppose Sammy wants to go and have a look in this charity shop. Yes, she does. Let's go and have a look in there, darling. Here we go. Downs Farm Trust charity shop. Come in, we're open. Dogs welcome. Oh, we ain't got Raven with us this time. As I said in the last video, we ain't brought Raven this time. Liv's been on her own a lot, who lives with us, so we thought to ourselves, she loves Raven and Raven loves her, so we thought, just leave Raven with her for a little while. So we always take him about, and he can chill out at home with Liv, get spoiled. Let's go and have a look in here, because I've already lost Sammy. She's gone missing. Here she is. It's got a big charity shop. You know, in the countryside when you've got a flipping saddle in a charity shop, don't you? There's plenty of stuff in here for a look around. A few people have said, why don't you show us around charity shops when you're having a look? So I am. DVDs down there. There we go, 50p each. Oh, that's an old flipping ball game, isn't it? Look at that. Hands down. God, that's got to be 70s, isn't it? Early 70s. Teddies and toys, changing room. Clothes through there. Lovely. Let's have a mooch. I've escaped. Sammy's bought some vinyl. Now she's collecting at the moment musicals. Generally musicals, the albums just got Cats, Chess, and another one I can't quite remember. They're brand new. Pretty much brand new, because they're not the sort of everyday play vinyl. We started off with a record player and a couple of records. Now we got flipping loads of them. We're going to have to buy another box when we get home. She's in there paying. She's bought some craft stuff as well. I'll get her to show you what she's bought when we get back. Now, if you've never been to Kent before, it's an absolutely beautiful place. It's a beautiful county, as I said, the Garden of England. Lots of these little towns and villages got places like that in it. Look at that. It's like off a scene from Harry Potter, isn't it? What a beautiful old building. And then this one next to it. Look at that. Now, a lot of these old houses, if I can speak properly, were built with beams from the old British Armada when they went over to steal boats. So they broke the boats down, all oak beams, and they used them in the building of houses. My brother had some beams in his old 15th century farmhouse he used to own, and you could see all the little nooks and things and bits attached to it and holes cut in it that were used to put all the boats together. And we got this, least we forget, eh? Least we forget. Sammy's over there, she's in the end shop. So just along this little bit you've got an estate agent's and what looks like a nice fish and chip shop, 2 barbers, and a taxi driver was saying this T&P or tap is like a little micro brewery, a little micro bar, and I like those. So I don't know what time that opens. Let's get across the road. Nice big wide roads here, all block paved. So yeah, I don't know what time this opens. Let's have a look. But around this area there's lots of little local breweries and vineyards and that, as I said. Monday to Thursday, 2 PM till 10 PM. We might get in there for a pint. We might get in there. And there's a dentist's. And a clothes shop. Not a clothes shop, a closed shop. I think every high street's got a clothes shop in it there, isn't it? Right, let's go and drag Sammy out of this charity shop. So the other album Sammy got was Evita, wasn't it?
It was Evita, yes.
The original one with Elaine Page and David Essex.
Yes.
David Essex! Do you like that? Oh. A guitar shop. We always go in these. Sammy's dad was a musician, played the guitar. And my son and his lovely partner Megan, singer-songwriters, so we always go in to see if we can find something. But it's such a sweet little high street, this. Not very long, but we thought we'd show you about just to get a taste of what Kent can be like. Let's have a look in here. Oh, I want one of them.
Their guitar.
That's lovely, isn't it?
I wouldn't know what it sounds like.
Wow, I'm having a look at that. That's a nice shop. And they've got a bit of fishing tackle in there as well, if you ever need a few bits if you're down the road. They've got some lovely stuff in there, really nice. Alright, let's go and have a look what's about. So you've got a usual Costa up the high street. Food and wine place there, vape shop. I think every flipping high street's got one of them in it. Now, innit? And I've been in this pub, the George and Dragon. From what I remember rightly, it's got nice food in there. In the George. We're just heading up the high street. We'll probably come back here and have something to eat. What we got here? Let's have a look.
Got a favourite.
Usual pub fare. Fish and chips. And making chips. Yeah, it looks nice. We'll find somewhere to eat before we go back. There's a few sort of collectibles. This is an antiques, all sorts. Antiques and collectibles. And then there's a hospice charity shop over there. Is there one in there as well? Oh my god. Sue Ryder. Flipping hell. Do you want to go and have a look in here? Let's have a look in here. Loads of stuff in here. Clothes, vinyl, loads of knickknacks. This is a really nice shop too. Should have a video in here. I'm just getting a little bit. All old tools. Stuff. Yeah, real nice. Let's have a little mooch around in here and oh. The last shop, Sammy's a bit telescopic, as Martin would say. When he walked into there's a room out the back with garden equipment in, like old forks and old spades and stuff like that, shovels and stuff. And when he walked in, it just had like a pressure on your chest, didn't you? Really weird feeling. So we skedaddled. So we come up to the end of the high street there. As I said, it's not very long. There's a Sainsbury's there we got to pop into, get a few bits. Home and hardware. Now I like those shops. Oh, there's a little tea room there as well. I'm going to have a little pop in there and have a look in there. What have we got here? Cakes. Oh my god, they look nice, don't they? Got Belgian buns. Oh yeah, you like those, don't you? With the marshmallow and the hundreds and thousands on. Right, we'll have to get you one of them. And there's a butcher's there. So there's quite a lot up this high street. For a little high street, there's quite a lot. Butchers look busy. They've got some nice stuff in there. Ooh. I think we'll come back and get a bit of meat here. Shin of beef there, don't see that very often. But I'm going to go in that little home and hardware shop. Sammy's staring at the meat. Let's go in the home and hardware shop. Right, just been back at the butcher's. Going to do some roast vegetables for dinner tomorrow. And I've just got 3 really big, thick, rind-on pork chops out of that butcher's. £8. And they're about 1 inch thick. Try to get them out of Sainsbury's, and they're epoxy. That looks really nice. So I'm going to enjoy scoffing them tomorrow. Right, I'm going to get some cash out. Sammy wants to go in this charity shop. Here we go again. So this is down this little side street. It's quite a big one, that one. Yeah, there's loads of charity shops. What's down here? Oh, here we go. Florist. And a cafe, that looks nice. And just down there is a factory shop. Another factory outlets. So that looks nice there. God, what was that? Yeah, nice little cafe. Right, when she gets out of here, I think I deserve a pint, didn't you? Oh, it's quite a sweet little walk around this little village. Oh, Mark 1 ragtop Land Rover Defender. Look at that. That's mint, actually. Apart from the bit she's bashed up on the side. Right, it's time for the pub. Oh yeah, man. Just in the Georgian Dragon, having a beer and something away. Food's alright now. Sam's got shepherd's pie and you said it's nice.
Oh, it's a nice shepherd's pie. It's not got too much gravy in it.
Too thin, it's got plenty of mince in it.
Yeah, it's loads of mince.
And I've got jam and egg and chips and onion rings. That's nice as well. Happy days. Again. A lot of happy days in this video. Right! We're back. Now, what a lovely place Headcorn is. And Sam's Lakes, if you're going to go to that area, fantastic place to go. The people that, Mike and Jenny that run the place, flipping lovely. Thanks very much again, guys. Really lovely stay. I'm sorting the van out. We've been back a couple of days. And I've washed her. She was flipping filthy, oh my God. And I hate driving her when she's dirty. Yeah. But what I want to do now is give you a little bit of spiel and a few tips about winter driving. As I said, I would do. Now, there's certain things you've got to think about. I won't be able to cover it all and I'll probably forget some stuff because I'm just doing this off the cuff as I do all my videos. I don't research, don't do anything, it's in here. But there'll be other things that I could add to this video probably by the end of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start the cabin. Now, when you're driving in the winter, I mean, we've already had a big horrendous dump of snow up north. And this applies to Scotland in particular because they get hit the most and the worst with snow in the Highlands. So I'm going to let you know a few things, and I'm going to go from front to back, right? So let's start. Cab. Obviously, there's old Gladys, bless her heart. So, first things first, make sure your engine and everything, all the antifreeze is topped up. Your window squirters are all topped up with non-freezing solution for washing your windows. Okay, you can get that from Halfords. Also, the other thing is here, your towing hitch, where you screw your tow eye into. Get that out and put that either in the glove box. Mine's here. All right, it's just there. Otherwise, when you come to be pulled out from somewhere or towed away or pulled out of something like a snowdrift, it's all locked underneath your passenger seat in one of these, and you'll be fumbling around trying to get it out. Put it somewhere accessible. Then all you do is pop that out, screw it in by hand, and then you can be pulled out. But when people are pulling you out with these things, make sure they pull you out straight, because if my tow hitch eye comes out to about here, some of them are deeper, so as they pull you, it hits your bumper and it can rip your bumper off. Okay, so make sure you're all tippity top with your cab. She gets an oil change after every long trip, so she probably has about 3 oil changes a year, this van. Also, your tyres, make sure you got winter rated tyres. I mean, you can see I've got to clean these tyres, I haven't cleaned the wheels yet, but the grip on these is really deep, and these are 3 peak tyres. Okay, your tyres, your winter tyres, these are 4 season Vanco 4 season 2s, these tyres. And to drive in Europe now, you need the 3P tyres, and on here will be 3 little mountains, and that's 3P, 3 peaks tyres, and they're winter rated tyres. The tyres these things come with are just standard, box standard UK tyres. They are crap, absolutely useless from new, the tyres on here, unless you get a good deal and you get them put on in the first place. So your tyres are your next things that you're going to need to help you get off. Now also in here, I carry snow socks. You would not believe how many times snow socks have got me out of the crap. They're fairly cheap. I think mine are Michelin ones. If you go on roofbox.co.uk, they sell them on there as well, and wheel chains. Okay, and the chains. I've got the chains indoors. When I go to places with heavy snow and you need them, then they go in the van. But my snow socks stay in this van all year, and they're easy to put on. They're easier than snow chains. All you do is push them on over the top, and it's like that material that builders' bags are made of, like a woven fabric. And what that does is, as you drive, it pushes the snow out of your grip. Okay, so all you do is you push them over the top, you pull forward a bit, push the rest on, and they're on. They go on as quickly as that. But again, they need to be easily accessible. So even if you're not even thinking about going somewhere where it's snowing in your van, get some. They will get you out of trouble, because no doubt when you get into trouble with one of these, there'll be no one around to help you. Nobody. Okay, so snow socks. Also, in my boot, I've got a snow shovel, which is easy accessible. I can get that out, shovel the snow away from in front and behind the drive wheels, and then put my snow socks on and then pull out. I've gone up inclines like that, sliding outside my mate's house, put my snow socks on, pulled away slowly, and it's pulled me out. That's how good they are. So that's another good tip. Snow shovel and snow socks. if not chains. But chains are a bugger to get on, especially when your hands are cold. Okay, I always keep a pair of Hestra gloves in here from my old, I put a picture up here now of me when I used to teach winter survival, and if you look at the gloves I've got on, they're Hestra wool-lined gloves. They're always in my van, because when you start mucking about with metal things and you're putting intricate things on in snow, if you've got cold hands and you damage your hand, you cut it or whatever, you won't know about it because they'll be numb. So you've got to be very careful. Also, with one of these, you're fine, because all you do is even if you're in the crap, you can make a cup of tea. Just pull up, you know, you're stuck, get a brew on. So that's another good tip. But if you're in a car, always carry, if you think it's going to snow, or just leave it in there during the winter, a sleeping bag or decent thickness blanket, some form of food, half a dozen Mars bars, anything with lots of energy in it. Okay, couple of Red Bulls, half a dozen Mars bars, and also a flask with hot sweet juice in it, like Ribena, full fat, full sugar Ribena. Put that in a flask, because tea and coffee are diuretics. Okay, they'll just go straight through you, and there's no sugar content in them. So you want something really syrupy and sweet to give you energy, because your body's just a machine. Everything that goes in here makes your body work and creates heat. As soon as you go onto a calorie deficit, you will start feeling the cold. So if you're stuck, sit there. It's the STOP acronym. First one, S, stop. Sit, T, think. Think about what you're doing. Don't go jump out, go, oh my God, I'm stuck, flipping and lose the plot. Think about what you're going to do in the warmth of your vehicle. Oh, organise. Make sure you're organised and you know where everything is, because you might not be saving your life, you might be saving another person's life or a family with what you've got in your car. Organise. P, plan. Make a plan and stick to that plan. The amount of people over the years, so say I've taught bushcraft and survival for 25 years back in the day, the amount of people I've made a plan with and they've broken it. Now, or I've left them somewhere and I've said, you stay here, I'm going to do this, I'll come back, stay here, that's the plan, you wait here for me to come back. I've gone back and they've gone. So I've had to walk half hour, locate them and say, where'd you, oh, we thought we'd come and find you. That's not part of the plan. Now they are in a survival situation. If I can't get to them, they're knackered. You stay where you are. So plan. So that's the STOP acronym when it comes to all survival, basically. The other thing with a motorhome is make sure you've always got at least 2/3 of a tank of juice. I will not, in cold weather, go underneath 2/3 of a tank. If I drive past a fuel station, even if I'm like a quarter down, I'll stop and get fuel. It's as simple as that. Because my diesel heater runs from my tank on fuel, on the diesel that's in my tank. So even if I have to sit there and go, I've got to stay here for 2 weeks, I've got enough food in here and enough diesel to keep me hot for 2 weeks. And the other thing is gas. Always keep your gas topped up. Now that Senso4s or Senso S4, I'll put a picture up here of what I've got in there, is brilliant. And I think they've got a deal on at the moment. And what they do is they're Bluetooth to your phone, sit underneath your gas bottle and tell you exactly how much gas you've got left in your bottle. Plus, I've got an 11 kilogram gas flow system now. That's always topped up, and I changed the interchangeable one around. That's why I didn't want 2 in there. I wanted one I could change and a refillable one. Because if you've got 2 refillable ones, and in the UK now you can't get the bloody stuff anywhere, at least you can interchange one. And you've always got gas. So make sure you've always got fuel in it. Check your batteries in here. The leisure batteries these things come with are crap, basically. Absolutely rubbish. So invest, if you can, in a good lithium battery. This has got a Fogstar drifted in this and a 3000 watt inverter by Victron. So this is basically a self-contained survival unit. But you've always, in Sweden, this is what they do. In the summertime, they have their summer tyres on. Soon as it gets to a certain point in the year, they put their winter tyres on. And a lot of them are still studded. My friend Preben used to change his still studded tyres to get him out of rubbish. And if you say to him, if there was a problem, and he said, yes, I did this, I did that, and you say to him, well, that was lucky. No, not luck, preparation. Preparation. Always make sure your mobile phone's charged up. I know in the UK that there's no flipping signal. It's got worse since they've turned the 3G antennas off, isn't it? Oh my God. Even with like a full barrage of 5G now, for some reason, it ain't 5G anymore, not like it used to be. Is it? Have you noticed that? Because I flipping have. I used to have one bar of 5G and it used to fly. Now, I can have 3 or 4 or 4 bars of 5G. Nothing. Nothing at all. Anyway, also in here, I've got an electric kettle and a gas kettle. I've always got gas, so I can always heat a kettle full of water. Always make sure you do that, because not all motorhome stoves have got an electric hob on them. Some of them are just gas. Okay? But you can have a plug-in electric kettle, but you might think that's sufficient. Always have a gas or a flame kettle in your little cupboard, because you might run out of electric, but you won't run out of gas. You'll still be able to light your stove and make a cup of tea or make a nice hot sugary drink. And these, as I said, these are all different things you can think of just to prepare. This van is like a flipping self-contained survival unit, as I said. I've got survival food in there that I change regularly, like MREs, meals ready to eat, that stands for. And I keep them in there, and it's just instant energy, just add water. Okay? So I can boil a kettle up, I can sit there, get stuck down a flipping road in Scotland, slide off the road or whatever, sit there and go, oh well, what a shame, never mind. I'll sit there, get an MRE out, heat it up. The wet MREs, which are like the ones with already made food in, can eat them cold. Can eat them cold. But I'll carry those, and I also carry the ones you put hot water in to reconstitute. Just go and make a cup of tea. Don't panic. That's the worst thing you can do, is panic in a survival situation. As I said, the STOP acronym. Always remember that. Always remember it. And that'll get you out of trouble all the time. Also, anti-slip mats. Now, you can buy them off the internet. These, you know, when you get stuck on wet grass and your wheels spin and you think, oh, I'll get me anti-slip mats out. Right? And you put them under the front of your tyres. You still slip, or they ping through and fly off, or just get buried in the mud, because most of them are crap. My ones in the back of here are proper off-road 4x4 sand tracks. Now, they roll up my ones and go in a bag. They're from New Zealand. I'll try to find what ones they are, put them in another video, but you need a decent set of those. Also, my ones have got a big length of string on them, big length of paracord, that go all the way to the back of my van and connect to my tow bar. So when I drive away and get off, I need to keep going. You don't stop. You don't pull off onto more wet ground, stop, and then your wheels spin again, and then you've got to put them back under. When you get going, you get going. You can pull away in second gear or in low range, and you pull off and you keep going. As soon as you stop, you'll sink again. No good. So my ones are really meaty, and they've got me out a few places. Really good. So you need to think about that. Don't buy stuff off of Amazon or buy stuff out of a camping shop because it's in a camping shop. Because a lot of them are crap. Some of them are just like wavy plastic, like that, thin. They won't get you out, they just sink straight in the mud. They're rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. They're waste of space in your van. So the other thing I used to say is, I've probably said it already, is that think about yourself. You need to be in tip-top condition to help yourself, and also you might be saving someone else's life. So you need to be in a situation where you could go down a road, pull over, and there'd be a family sitting, a woman and 2 kids in a car, conked out, going hypothermic. Hypothermia, hypo-low, means cold. Hyper means heat stroke, heat problems. They might be going hypothermic, and you are their last resort. You know, I could go into that in real depth, but it'll be a flipping long about rewarming bodies, slowly and steadily, this, that and the other. But I'm just giving you the bare minimum, yeah? Just the bare basics. So, what else can I say? Ooh, so much. So much. But make sure your vehicle is tip-top. Firstly, if you're going to Scotland, also with these things, if you think it's going below -5, get the water out of it quick. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, I've got tank heaters. Tank heaters ain't going to save your life when these things freeze up. Because the first things to freeze up, let me tell you this from experience, are your taps. Your wastewater tap will freeze and you won't be able to turn it on to get the water out. As soon as the water freezes, the only way you're going to be able to do it is to put trace heating wires around every single bit of pipe in your van and have that on a low wattage trace heating element to keep it above freezing. That's the only way you're going to do it. Tank heaters might keep your water in your tank, but they won't stop the water in your pipes from freezing. And keep bottled water in your van. Keep a water container. I have a water container in there with 10 litres of water pretty much all the time in cold conditions, and that's in my bathroom, and my bathroom's heated by my van, so that won't freeze. Okay, because the amount of people that have woken up doing bushcraft got their water container out and it's dropped below minus of a night time, and all they've got is a great big frozen hot water bottle full of water and they can't use it. There we go. So dump the water out of your van straight away. -5, you're pretty much screwed. Some vans, I think, German vans, have got a sensor in them. As soon as it gets to minus, or just to -5, it dumps all the water out of the van. Because if you leave the water in your heater, your Truma heater, that is just a copper cylinder round an electrical heat source and a gas heat source. That copper cylinder will freeze. If that freezes, what happens to water? When it freezes, it expands. That will expand in that copper tank, split that copper tank. And then you're screwed. Basically, you're better off dumping all the water out of it so you keep your water tank protected, and using bottled water or another potable source of water in your van to make yourself cups of tea, boil, have a wash in the sink. You ain't always got to have water in your system. Flipping out, I never had one of these. How long have I had a motorhome? 8 years. Before that, I was in tents in the woods under a sheet and stuff like that. So this is luxury, but it's still all things you've got to think about. So again, dump your water out when it gets to about -5. Otherwise, you're going to be in a whole heap of trouble, and you could have the possibility that you need a new Truma heater in your van. There we go. It's that serious. So again, anything you think you're going to need, keep accessible. Don't be fumbling around for stuff when you're in trouble. Also in here, I've got a 10-ton tow rope with 2 big clasps either end that you can hook over onto a tow vehicle. Okay, simple as that. So you'll have your tow eye ready, screw it into that hole, and I'll keep that tow rope behind my driver's seat all the time. And also, I've got behind my driver's seat is a jump pack. Because, again, you could be saving someone else's life. So I've always got a jump pack. If you drive down the road and some poor lady's conked out and she can't get her car started and she's been going at it for ages, or he's been going at it for ages and his battery's flat, you need to get these out. You need to get them out as quick as possible. So a fully charged jump pack, and don't rely on it being fully charged. They discharge when they're in your vehicle. So by the time you think, oh, I need my jump pack, you might have discharged. Keep a check on it. Do a little checklist. Sammy loves lists. Do a little checklist of all your survival stuff you've got in the van that will keep you out of trouble. Jump pack, tow rope, towing eye, snow shovel, anti-slip mats. You grab a mats for getting you out of soft soil or sand or anything like that. All this stuff, have on a list. Your survival food, you know. Even honey. A pot of honey never goes off. Never. As weird as it sounds, it will never go off, honey. Get proper honey, not this crap they sell in the supermarket that ain't real honey. Let me tell you that, it's another story. Proper honey. Then, if you need a sugary drink, you've constantly got honey in your van. Boiled water, big dollop of honey on it, instant energy. And it'll make you go. I've been on a survival course once, and we was low on calories because we was being beasted, and we had, me and my mate found 2 boiled sweets in our kit. And if you've ever been on a calorie deficit or a sugar deficit, which is calories, it's all fuel for your body, and then you've had a Mars bar, you're like that. Flipping hell, got loads of energy. That boiled sweet flipping got us out of trouble. Made us feel much better, because when you start getting calorie deficit and water deficit in your body, you will start making silly mistakes. Okay, I won't go into all the specifics right now, but I might do when I do a little bushcraft video. You need to stay hydrated and fed. Warm, dry and fed is the basics for winter survival. Warm, dry, fed. Then you're able to start making sensible decisions and not rash decisions, which will then put your life or others at risk. That pig was the end. I think that's about it, what I'm going to say about this. But just make yourself a little survival kit up. A blanket or sleeping bag, thermos full of water, hot water. And every day, when you go out into your car, little carrier bag, throw it in your car, go out for the day, happy days, come back, refill it, and every time you get in your car, do it. Just like a bag you sort out when you're having a baby. Not that I've ever had a baby, but you've always got that little emergency bag. Do that in winter, because it doesn't take long for you to die of cold, and it doesn't take you long to die of heat stroke or the heat in extreme situations. As I say, even if it's 0 degrees or -1, you look on the weather report, rambling on now, you look at the weather report and it goes to 0 degrees. You think, it's only 0 degrees, that ain't cold, you know. And then you get a wind, you've now got wind chill factor involved. That drops your temperature down even further, even though your weather report says it's going to be 0. And also you've got to factor in, when you're low, cold air sinks. So if you're in a dip in a valley, it's going to be colder. It's another thing you've got to factor in. As I said, there's so much to it. It's all going through my flipping head. I don't know, half the time I don't know how I know what I know. But there's a lot more to it than that. But a simple survival kit with those few things in, keeping your van or your car in order, it all goes hand in hand. Again, could save your life or save another's life. Now anyway, if I think of anything else, I'll say it in another video. That's that then. I've gone on about it, but don't forget, never ever walk away from your vehicle. That's how most people die in a survival situation. They'll go, I'm going for help, especially in hot climes. I'm going for help. Off they go, walking into the flipping along the desert road, and then someone turns up back at their car and rescues everyone else, and they get lost and they're flipping dead. It's as serious as that. It's happened loads of times. Always stick to a plan, always stay with your vehicle, because that is the best survival shelter you're going to have. Keep you out of the elements. Wrap yourself up in loads of blankets, call for help, eat food, drink a sugary drink. There we go. Right, I might have another one out. I've got a funny one planned with my dad, as I might have got something for him. I should never have flipping put it in. And the other thing I use in the van a lot are torches. Now I'm going to go home. I'll put a segment in about torches because I've got loads to do here, and I'll record that a bit later and put the torches up. But contrary to popular belief, you can't see in the flipping dark. You can see a bit. You can see a bit when the rhodopsin in your eyes adjust to the darkness. As soon as you flip a torch on, the rhodopsin bleaches and then you see pure black again. That's another flipping story. That's another lesson. But you will need a torch in the dark, and I use Olight Torches, and I'll tell you about them now. Right, back home in JP Corner. Look at this flipping dog, look. He knows the best spot in the house, doesn't he? Look at him. Right in front of the old fire. Oh my God. So torches. I wanted to talk to you about torches. I said in the previous clip when I was out there freezing my bits off. Now I use Olight Torches. The one I've got on my belt all the time in my little pouch is that. It's an Olight baton. Now these things last for flipping ages. Obviously if they're not switched on, but they last a long time if they're switched on. They've got a little magnetic clip-on charging cable that goes on the bottom, and that is on my person all the time. So it's 1 for on, 2 for spotlight, and 3 for strobe. Got to be careful if you're epileptic, because that can bring on a... And I'll put that back in. That is on my person all the time. I'm the smuggest git in the world when it comes to dark stuff. And someone says, oh, we need a torch. Ting, I've got one. Anyway, the next one I use is this one. This stays in my van. I've got a little metal clip above my bed in the van. And the back half of this is magnetic. Now, this is the Olight clip. As you can see, it's got a little clip. So you can clip it on your rucksack or something like that. If you're out and about, or you just want to clip it onto the top of your t-shirt when you're doing stuff, it's pitch black, you can see where you're going. I don't particularly like head torches. I've got one in the van that's called an LED Lenser head torch. I don't like them because people stick them on their head like that, and when they're looking around, they're flipping blinding everyone. It's annoying, isn't it? When someone's got a head torch on, they start talking to you and it blinds you. So this little clip torch, O-clip, is flipping brilliant. It's really bright. This one has got a little port on the side, USB-C, which pretty much most people have got now anyway. There's a 3-point adjuster on the side of it. I'll put a bit of footage up while I'm talking, but you hold it down and it puts it onto that little moonlight mode. That will stay on for flipping ages. This lasts ages. I mean, Olight is probably one of the best torch manufacturers in the world, in my view. I've had that one in my pocket. That's been on my hip for God knows how many years. Years and years and years. Probably 7-8 years, that one. And it's still going strong. So you've got that setting. And then you can switch through the settings. That's the main beam. And that's the red light. Now, red light won't affect your night vision, okay, as much as white light. In our eyes, we've got a chemical called rhodopsin. And it lives in the rods. You've got rods and cones in your eyes. It lives in there. And it's the chemical that gives you the ability to be able to see a little bit at night. Now, if you're walking around at night, you think to yourself, it's getting brighter. Well, that's the rhodopsin in your eyeball activating, and that'll get lighter and lighter and lighter until you've got maximum night vision, usually about 45 minutes, something like that. That's why, another fact, that's why pirates used to have a patch, because that protected their night vision. So when they went down in a hold, that eye continuously stayed covered. So when he went down the hold, they used to switch it from one side to the other, because that one would have the rhodopsin activated in their eye, and they'd be able to see properly down in the hold. And when they went back up, they switched it to the other side, and they held their night vision. Also, you'll see a lot of soldiers, they'll keep one eye shut, because then that one has got the full rhodopsin value in it. But red won't damage your eyes so much at night. Also, red, if you're looking for blood spore, blood sign at night, this red light will show it up black. So anything red will come out black at night because of the wavelength of the light. Not going to go into it too much, like I said, because I'll be here all flipping day. But this also has got a couple of lights in. So you've got bright and not so bright here. There we go, bright and not so bright. And also you've got a strobe. So if you're on the side of a road at night, or you can even clip it to the back of a bike. So if you're on a road at night, walking along the road, you'll see a flashing light more than you would see a stationary light, because it brings your attention to it all the time. It's black, red, black, red, black, red. So you've got that. Then you've got the spotlight on 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So 3 settings on that. And then you've got what they call the moonlight mode, which has got 3 settings on as well. And then you've got that. So that blinks, this one. Again, if you're in trouble and you put that somewhere, that will draw attention more than a stationary light. Also, what I do is I carry, when I used to be doing survival stuff, I'd carry a red poncho on me. So what you'd do is you'd get to the highest point you could get to. Let's turn that off. There we go. You get to the highest point, sit underneath your poncho, still flipping going. Sit underneath the poncho, put your torch on underneath the poncho, and you glow up like a giant red flipping beacon. So that's another good little tip. So that's the Olight clip. Flipping brilliant little unit. Cast aluminium case. Absolutely flipping bomb proof. Really good. And as I said, that one stays up my bed end, clipped up above my head. Now the last one I use, this one stays in the front of the cab, is this. This is a proper tool, this is. This is the Arc Pro Light. Okay, so this has got the 3 settings on as well. Got this little switch here, nice little switch, 3 settings. This one has got the magnetic connection on it as well, which is really good. You just go clip and then it starts charging straight away, really fast charging. Also, this one has got a USB port on it as well for charging up, so you've got double charging on that. So I'll just turn this one on to show you. So this one has got black light, ultraviolet light. Look at that, it's gone all blue. I wouldn't shine it around anywhere. This one's good for seeing body fluids and anything that fluoresces under black light. Scorpions. I did a video on fluorescing scorpions. If you go back through my videos years ago, I've got a scorpion and stuck it underneath black light for something to do. Look at that, look. There we go. So that's black light, and that's got 2 brightness settings on it as well. That's handy. That's handy. I love playing with that. Then you've got a moonlight setting. 4 settings on it. And that is the difference between night and day at night. It is absolutely superb illumination on that. Then we've got It's all right, we've got a visitor over Christmas. So this one has got a red light as well. 2 settings. Also, it's got a stroboscopic effect, and that is Morse code for SOS. Good, isn't it? So it's got a couple of brightness settings on that, and a stroboscopic effect for SOS. Also, 3 pushes on each of the other buttons gives you a stroboscopic effect on the torch as well. So this is the spotlight version. Press it 3 times, you get a stroboscopic effect. So at night time, you see you for flipping miles. See you for miles. So these are the torches I use. Absolutely flipping brilliant and bomb-proof. As I said, I've been using this brand of torch for years, and they are bomb-proof. So you buy torches, and they're crap, really. A lot of them. They'll just break, or run out, or leak, or whatever. These are rechargeable torches. No batteries needed. Really good. Now, Sammy's got one that she uses. I can't find it. Sammy's got one. Now, this is the magnetic charger. There. That's the magnetic charger. And it clips on like that. So, the other torch. And they all use the same charger. No mucking about. That's how they charge up. Really good. Now, this is Sammy's little torch. She flipping loves this torch. So she has this. This has got magnets in the bottom. She has this magnetised above her head as well in the van. Look at that. All different colours. This one glows and changes colour. That's well cool, isn't it? All different colours. And it also has a stroboscopic effect. Now, I don't think they make these anymore, these ones. They've got something similar. Right? But she loves this one because of this. Ah, look. Little spaceman. And on the back of the spaceman is a charging port. Just snaps onto and then that charges it up. How cool's that? I don't think they make these anymore, but they make one similar that's got multitude of different light colours on it. You just press the button on that. And it changes colours. There you go. So torches. As humans, we can't see at night. Some animals have got a lot better night vision than us. That's because they've got a thing in their eye called the tapetum lucidum, which means the tapestry of light, if I can talk properly. And that's when you shine lights on a rabbit or a cat or something like that, a dog, and you get that eye shine. Well, what that does is that reflects the light, the tapestry of light, reflects it back into their eye, enabling them to see clearer. There you go, not just a pretty face. Anyway, hope you like that little video. I'm going to go off now because it's Christmas. I've got a house full and we've got to go Christmas shopping and do a few bits, go and visit some family. So if I don't see you, you have a flipping lovely Christmas. Thank you to you all for supporting my channel and watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I know this one's gone on a bit long, but there's loads I wanted to show you, and I thought I'm not splitting it up into 2 videos. There we go. So you take care, you stay safe, and you stay sane. Love to you all and all your family and friends. And I'll see you on the next one. Catch you later. Tatty bye.
What'd you say? What'd you say?